semi-healthy to extremely unhealthy, depending on what you wanted.
So basically, you were given the options, and then you would go like, I want this, and I want this, right? So it was basically more like you pick what you eat, basically. So if you want to eat healthy, you could, and if you want to eat like maybe somewhere like not so healthy, maybe not so nutritious, you could like also do that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about maybe a goal that you want to set for our next session. Let's like a month from now. I know I said like maybe how much weight, like you give me a goal, like I don't know, whatever, maybe eat more healthy, maybe you want to be a certain weight range, something that you think you can achieve, something like you believe that you can, in 1 month, that you can follow through and actually get it done.
I'd like to be able to better like keep track of like my calorie intake. So as far as that goes, like counting how many carbs I'm taking in, the fats, like protein, sodium, all that kind of stuff. I'd also like to be able to like I said, gain a little bit of weight. That's pretty much it that I can think of off the top of my head for right now.
Okay.
Just to kind of get my feet wet and get into it.
Okay, sounds good. So what can we do to maybe start working towards those goals? Like give me some options that maybe, or things that you want to start doing, or you will start doing to start working towards them and actually achieving them.
Well, first of all, I need to, I guess, learn a little bit more about the foods that I am eating. So like as far as like what's the right portions, what's the proper proportions for me to be eating. Learning more about what I'm doing when I go to the gym, or as far as doing cardio and staying in shape that way. That would be really helpful. I think that would really be helpful as far as like achieving that goal.
So basically you want to like more get like be more educated and like, oh, I put in this much work at the gym, I should be eating this many calories, like this much portion of protein, this much, okay.
Yeah.
Understand. Do you do you have any idea of like some places that can like teach you that, or just like?
I have no clue.
Okay, we can work on that. We can probably find some websites. I know MyFitnessPal, so it's like a great app for that. A lot of people use it to track like their calories and stuff like that. It's very helpful for them. But tell me about it. Why do you want to like be able to like be tracking calories and stuff like that? Is it like something that you think like is gonna help you out like in the long run, or is it just something like, give me why do you feel like tracking calories is gonna be beneficial for you?
I feel like keeping track of my calories will help as far as like there's a difference between like putting on good weight and bad weight. As far as like me putting on the right weight that I need to, because it's easy to gain weight, but it's harder to gain proper weight.
Okay.
If you kind of get where I'm going. So I just want to make sure that I'm putting on the right amount of weight and doing it the right way, so that my body is safe and that I don't have to run into medical problems later on when I'm older.
Okay, I understand it. That's actually a really good idea, like a really good sense behind it. That you want, you don't want to maybe put on so much fat as you when you actually put in weight, and maybe keeping track of your calories is like a good way to make sure it's like most of the weight that you're putting on is like good quality muscle weight like you want. Okay. So and then towards the second goal, that gaining you say 3 to 5 pounds. Other than counting your calories, is there anything else like you think you can do to like maybe get to that goal? Like I don't know, maybe eat better, maybe talk to a physician, talk to a trainer, maybe that can help you out with that?
I probably could. So I think that would be probably helpful, like maybe talking to a trainer, or getting some more education as far as like attaining that goal goes.
Okay. I mean, I guess just a couple more questions about the food you eat, do you have like any fear of foods, any foods that you like avoid, like stuff like that you don't like to eat? Like maybe like I know some people don't like to eat fried foods and stuff like that because they think they're gonna gain weight and stuff like that. I mean, anything like that? That the case for you for anything like that?
No, I have a generally pretty high metabolism, so I don't really like stray away from any foods. I don't really dislike any foods, except for kale. Kale's awful. So, yeah, I don't eat kale.
You say you think you have a pretty high metabolism. Have you like maybe been to a doctor and then the doctor like prescribe you, like tell you, okay, yeah, your metabolism is pretty high, but, or is it something that you kind of just came up with, and then why?
I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've had a really high metabolism. So like when I was like really young, like 5, I had such a high metabolism that my doctors put me on like protein shakes as a kid, so that I would gain proper weight because my stomach couldn't hold the amount of food that I was supposed to take in order to even stay at the weight that I was supposed to be at to be healthy as a child and to keep growing properly. So I had to take protein shakes and stuff to like stay on track.
And
So
tell me about the protein shake. I mean, maybe you were a little bit too young for this, but maybe you remember. What kind of, was it like a meal replacement and stuff like that? Like, give me like an explanation. Describe them to me, how they look like and what they had and stuff like that.
I mean, there was different ones. I mean, sometimes my parents would put them in blenders, so I don't really know what those were. They'd mix it with like berries and stuff and fruit and all kinds of stuff. But I don't really remember. Sometimes they give me like this red bottle looking thing, and that was like my shake. So I don't really know what it was.
Okay. And how old were you when this was happening? And you would get going to the doctor and give me the protein shakes and stuff like that?
I think I was around 4 or 5. I was really young.
Pretty young. Okay. Very, very young. So there were some health concerns, some health history, like maybe not, it wasn't a disease, but you did have like go to the doctor and see him because you weren't able to gain the proper weight that you were supposed to at that age. Was there any other like health issues that would come in with it or anything like that, or it's just that you were like maybe underweight for your
it was pretty much just that I was underweight for my age bracket, and I've always kind of been that way, so yeah, that's pretty much why they put me on it, but nothing really else came out of it or came from it, so.
Okay. So right now, you still believe that you're underweight, under your age, like underweight for your age and your size and stuff like that?
No, I think I'm about average sized for my height and my age, so.
Okay. That's good.
Or at least I'd like to think so.
I mean, maybe that's something we can look up later, like for next session, see maybe how much you're supposed to weigh for stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, stuff like that doesn't really matter as long as you feel healthy and you're not having any health issues. I think it's not a problem. And maybe if you're like 2 or 3 pounds underweight, but as long as you're healthy and stuff like that, that shouldn't present an issue. I mean, maybe if it's starting to cause like other stuff like that, maybe that's why we have to like look up a nutrition, put on some weight. But right now, let's mainly focus on you trying to track your calories, maybe using apps and stuff like that, because I know there's plenty online. Maybe do a little more research and like more knowledge about nutrition, and then ultimately going to like that one goal for this month that will be gaining 3 to 5 pounds. Does that sound good?
Sounds pretty good.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jake. Thank you for being here, and
Thanks,
see you next
Louis.
time.